pot sing the North Geelong song. I'm sure the North supporters are well and truly in good voice. Here we go again. Whittleson gets the tap away. Beautiful hand pass. Out it comes to Schwenderson. Schwenderson up to centre half forward. Whistle's gone. And I think there's been an infringement behind play. No, mark's been paid, and Eastern Suburbs out of trouble. They're looking for down the attacking flank. Up high was Whittleson or Schwenderson for North Geelong, but Canellis puts the ball onto the half-forward flank for Eastern Suburbs. Oh, lovely tap away. Here's a big chance now.
Steve Keane.
Steve Keane has a shot at goal. There's the first goal within 30 seconds. And the first goal to Eastern Suburbs, the first goal of the second half, that is. And Eastern Suburbs move on to 4 goals, 3. That's a total of 27 points, but they trail the Magpies, the fabulous Geelong Magpies, who are 11 goals for 70, and that was a better start for Eastern Suburbs.
A much better start at such an early state of the third quarter here. That'll inspire the boys on a little, I would assume, and let's hope so, because at the present time they're looking at a pretty big deficit of, what's that, 49 points? No, 42 I think it is. Anyway, back to the football, and it comes down to where Pitt now dummies around. Hand passes to his teammate there in the big fella, Van Bar. He kicks to the centre of the ground. Oh, Stevie Dragovic, though, breaks clear, avoids 2 tackles, kicks to the member side wing, and it's the young fella, Timmy Schwenderson, thank you very much, Noel. He kicks up to half forward. Dennis Hines traps the football. He looks for Bellwood. He can't trap the ball. All players throwing themselves in. I think there'll be a free kick here to Neil Alford, as yes, umpire Gary Kerr is indicating that. It was held without the football as Roger Cantwell throws the ball back, and he looks as though he's in a spot of bother, Noel.
Oh yes, he's certainly done a fetlock by the look of that. He's gone short, but the ball will be taken away for Eastern Suburbs, and Kados will take the ball back to the centre, but North have got the numbers here. Here's a hand pass, comes out to Hardman. Hardman goes down the defensive side. Dragovic's everywhere. He's taken a mark, kicks into centre half forward, looking for Alford, but he's a bit proppy, and the ball's taken away from him, and then they're kicked out wide towards the wing. A 2-out duel here, but coming through, we see Keane gets the ball back now, and he's gone for a left foot pass, looking for his captain coach over his head, over Sponner's head, and punched away and over the boundary line by Bellwood, or Keys I should say, of North Geelong. Out of bounds between wing and half forward flank, with Eastern Suburbs slightly into attack. They've kicked the only goal so far in the second half. Here's strong tackling and good strong football. They're a bit stirred up, the Eastern Suburbs boys now. That was Watson again, or should I say Keane, who has infringed and given away a free kick. There now is Keys kicking the ball back to centre wing. In the pack we see North Geelong scouting well. Is bouncing the ball. Marsh once more. Oh, he's run a mile. He's got a handball away.
Cool in the crisis.
To Simpson. Simpson kicks.
Oh, good shepherd.
Across the half-back line. A chance there for Lamppost, and he's picked it up now.
Birchie.
Lamppost, Birch. He kicks to the half-forward line. Dragovic in everything. He's doing brilliantly. He's tackled from behind, loses possession, and has lost the ball to his Eastern Suburbs opponent, and it's come across towards the half-back flank. What have we done here? I think there's a 50-metre penalty being imposed here against North Geelong. This will give the Eagles a chance to go into attack. Coming right up towards centre half forward.
Looks like, Noel, they've put, that's the big fella Rick Stokes, I think, yes, the full forward.
Stokes is looking for a lead. He's come out short, but no one can take the mark there. The ball's gone to ground. Coming in for North Geelong was Key. Key gets the ball out wide. Bellwood, who's been a good defender in this early minutes of the second half, has tapped the ball away, and out it goes over the boundary line. A throw in on Eastern Suburbs half forward line, outer side.
Okay, in battle for the ruck, we've got the young fellow Whitson doing battle with Bert Van Bar. Van Bar traps straight down to Alan Marsh, the North Geelong veteran. He kicks to the outer wing. A mark was claimed there by the North Geelong player. Not paid, though, and he's not very happy either.
He's telling the
that particular player. Steve Dragovic is letting Gary Kerr know that I took the mark. Just be careful, Steve. But then again, it is the grand final. It really doesn't matter that much at the minute if the book comes out, but still, it's best if we don't get caught for back-chatting the umpire, because he'll never change his mind. It comes down now. Sells the dummy well, as that's Lovell. Lovell now gives it across to his running teammate in McCormick. McCormick over to his smaller player there, and his teammate in Grant Greenwood. His kick is a poor one, and again out of bounds. Out of side, half-forward flank on the dead side of the ground, or non-scoring side. Back to the football, it comes down to Marsh. Marsh, dummies one tackle. Hand pass is well smothered. He's got good support from one of the better players for the North Geelong side in Mellington. Pack of players fly. There's been an infringement, and it's going to be paid against the young Tim Schwarzenson. And anyway, play goes on. Oh, Grant, he's caught one a little bit high. Warren Marnie's been tackled a little high, and I think he'll be okay. Nothing serious.
Down like a beer at the Bayview on Friday night.
Yes, there'll be plenty of beers going down tonight, I would suggest, at the Bayview, celebrating, I would assume, the North Geelong Championship. Marnie kicks the ball, looking for the big fella Van Baar, now on the forward line for the Eastern Suburbs side. But the ball is fisted well away by him by Dale Travascus, and we'll see a boundary throw-in take place about 30 from the Eastern Suburb goal. Some strong work there also by Key. It comes out to Keane, who kicked the last goal, has a pot shot at goal, but under a lot of pressure on that occasion from Stevie Simpson, number 12, whose nickname is Simo, they tell me. And Simo has forced the ball now out of bounds on the full, and the old fella, is that Lamppost, is it?
That's Lamppost. Lamppost Birch kicks back towards the half-back flank. A big pack forming there, all in front. Whittison can't take the mark. Down it comes to Simpson. Simpson's kick is smothered as he puts the ball to boot, and umpire rushes in. A bounce will take place. The Eastern Suburbs have certainly learnt from North Geelong's efforts during the second quarter that you've got to attack down this members' flank, and that's exactly what they're doing at this point.
Approaching the 7-minute mark, Noel, of this third quarter.
7 minutes in, and the tap down was from Travascus. Away comes Marsh again for the Magpies. Kicks back towards centre wing. Almost a good mark to Elford, not paid. The Eastern Suburbs will get away from this with Warren Marnie winning the ball nicely. Kicks into the centre. He's got 3 to pick from. He's picked out his teammate there in Greenwood, and Greenwood's marked just on the attacking side of centre. Again comes out to the attacking flank. The half-forward flank up high with Sponner. Couldn't take the mark. Kados is there for Eastern Suburbs, but in there working very hard with Simpson. He gets the ball out to a teammate in Travascus. Travascus kicks to the wing. 3-1 in favour again of Eastern Suburbs, as we see Warren Marnie get the ball out to Lovell. Back to Marnie. Over it comes again. A tap on. Oh, too much, but they'll get out of it, Eastern Suburbs, as a short left foot kick is close to the boundary line. Will be marked by Ellen Rundle, and Ellen Rundle would be a chance to score from this position. He is directly in front of the broadcast position, about 38 metres out from goal, on the boundary line, but with the assistance of the breeze should bring up a score. It's a nice kick, but it's floated across the face, almost a mark in the goal square, not paid. Oh, here's a chance as we see
yeah, there you go. Yes.
It was
Great goal. Great goal.
Rostanovsky with a left foot snap has added the second goal for the quarter to the Eagles, and they've used the breeze a little better in this term. They still trail. They're 5 goals, 3 now, 33 points. That's on the Bayview Hotel scoreboard. North Geelong, who haven't added to their half-time tally, are 11-4-70. So a lead now of quite a few points.
Quite a few points, Noel. Yes, we're just the scoreboard attendance a little slow here this afternoon, but a quick calculation, I think you'll find it's around about 37-point deficit to the Eastern Suburbs side. 2 goals off the boot of Peter Grozdanovsky. Quite a good one that quarter. Snapping it over his right shoulder as we now wait on the ball to be put down in the centre of the ground by umpire Gary Kerr.
Well, certainly certainly Eastern Suburbs have opened up the second half with a lot more enthusiasm than they had towards the end of the second quarter.
And needed to as well, Noel.
They needed to. They trailed badly by about 8 goals won at half time, but now they're heading for attack again. But Hines has chipped in beautifully, taken a lovely mark. He sees a loose man out on the half forward flank, or between centre wing and half forward flank. Oh, there's another high flyer up on the forward line. Mellington it is, but no chance to mark as the ball's rushed over by the Eagles defence, and it's over and out for a throw in, only about 10 yards or 10 metres around from the behind post, with the Magpies into attack. There's the ruck work, not a decisive tap away until at the second punch. It was McCormick who punched the ball away, and out of bounds it goes again, this time about 30 to 35 metres around from the North Geelong goal. On the defensive side of the Western Oval, but still in North Geelong's attacking zone. There's Widdowson getting the tap away. Down it comes. Oh, there's a player going in hard there. Good effort, but no friendship there from the umpires. As the North
Bit unlucky, wasn't he there, Tony?
Paid him a free kick, and it's out of bounds again. This time it's Alford doing the ruck. Back developing once again, and this time the whistle to blow. And Eastern Suburbs have followed North Geelong up on the half forward flank, with little activity happening in a productive sense at this point, but let's see what happens this time. Alford gets the tap away. Down it comes. Oh, a lovely handball as Hines gets the kick up into the forward pocket. A chance here for North Geelong, but he's run through. Campbell has run the ball through for a minor score to North Geelong. That's their first for the third term. Moves them on to 11 goals, 571, leading Eastern Suburbs, who are now 5 goals, 333 from the kick-in, a infringement, which will see North or Eastern Suburbs take a free kick, I should say, at centre half back. And with the aid of this breeze, we'll put the ball well into attack.
The big fella on the ball now for the Eastern Suburbs side, Rick Stokes. Stokes now comes to the members' side of the ground. That's attacking football. Looks for Van Bar. It's well punched, though, away from him by Midson. It comes now to Rob Ruder. Goes short, looking for his captain coach in Sponner. And Mario Sponner takes a nice grab around about 40 metres from goal, and shouldn't have too many problems in recording his first goal for this afternoon, and the possibility of Eastern Suburbs 6th. Rain again coming down, Noel.
Yes, I think well, this one might go around us a bit, I think.
Let's hope so. The ball now, the drop punt, it floats, but it hasn't floated true enough for the captain coach of East. A minor score, and we now see that East move on to 5-4, trailing East Geelong, North Geelong, who are 11-5, proudly brought to you by the Bayview Hotel. The big fella, Lamppost, brings the ball back into play, but a fine grab has been taken by the dashing wingman from Eastern Suburbs, Grant Greenwood. He looks up forward. Van Bar under the football, can't mark the ball, and Alan Marsh is quite happy to see the ball go out of bounds, right in the forward pocket, 30 metres from the Eastern Suburbs goal.
Eastern Suburbs with the ball in attack, and they need it in attack. They trail 5-3 to 11-5, or 5-4 to 11-5. But
good football. Andrew Spiner put it down. He couldn't take the football with him due to great pressure from the Northerners' defence there. And another minor score is rushed to the Eastern Suburbs side.
So Spiner, a big chance to score a goal there, but only a rush behind was the result as the ball's kicked back in by Birch. Up high was Widdowson, and he's got the ball down. Here's Marsh going for a run. He's taken the ball to the attacking flank. Got a loose man out here too. That's Bellwood, and now Belly takes the ball to
played a fair game too.
Kicks, yes, he has played well. Almost paid a mark there to Cook. He's been a good player for North Geelong, but didn't drag this one in. The Eastern Suburbs will clear the ball away back in towards the centre. Here's a chance for them as fumbling badly was Canellis, but Canellis has given up possession now and loses possession. A big chance there lost for the Eastern Suburbs team as the umpire will put the ball down between centre and centre wing. Here's Widdowson getting the tap down nicely. Great play by Marsh, gets the ball out to Bellwood again. Bellwood up onto the half forward line. There's good position and a good mark taken, almost in a scoring position for the Magpies on the half forward flank members side. As we see, the player with the ball is Milton. cross breeze, would be a chance to score here. Moore's down in the goal square. He's kicked a couple of goals early. Let's see what he can. Oh no, the kick. Oh, it's floating back, but not far enough. In fact, not far enough to raise the goal umpire. The goal umpire's arguing with the boundary umpire, and he says it's fine. The goal umpire, obviously we know who outranks who now. The goal umpire's won that little dispute, and he signalled that it's another behind onto the Bayview Hotel scoreboard to North Geelong. Here's the kick in, and it's marked on half-back flank by Eastern Suburbs Kados, and Kados now puts the ball up towards centre wing. He's looking for the high flyers there. Up they go. No one can gather the ball in till Hines does it beautifully. Kicks a long kick down almost to the edge of the square, but in the way there was Brad Meehan, and Meehan takes a strong mark for Eastern Suburbs.
He had his number taken in that fight in the first quarter.
I'm sure he did, Noel. One of the main instigators of that particular little melee of players as the ball was intelligently tapped on by Stokes, looking for Canellis. Coming through Marsh, he's been held without the football, but has been penalised by umpire Graham Turner for being caught in possession. The ball comes out now to the floating half-back flank of him, Roger Campbell. Pops the ball onto his left foot, down to the teeth of goals. Coming through strongly was Key. He was tripped. Sponner pushed, but there's too many North Geelong boys there. And they break the attack there of the Eastern Suburb boys, with Sean Keys now on the ground. He gives it to Marsh. Marsh in turn over to his teammate in Mellington, who's played a great game. He finds Dragovic, and Stevie Dragovic thumps down a beautiful drop punt pass, and is making Chicken Wars Day very easy with passes like that, Noel.
Absolutely, and that is one of the few occasions when Chicken Moore has been able to lead. They've made it fairly hard for him, but he's kicked this time into the face of that breeze, has registered a minor score, but he's certainly the goods. He's kicked over 100 goals and had a great season for the Magpies, and he increases their lead now by that single point.
Brad Meehan comes straight down the ground. Good attacking football from the Eastern Suburbs side, and finds the big fella Stokes. Stokes kicks long to the centre of the ground. Underneath the ball is that man again in Grozandowski. He gets the ball down. He's got a quick kick to half forward. Good defensive play, though, on this occasion by Stewie Hardiman. Finds his teammate who's been in the thick of things all day in Mellington. Lee Mellington gives it across to that man again, Tony Schwennerson. I'm having problems with that today. Anyway, the whistle's gone, and the captain coach for the North Geelong side, Dennis Hines, to take the free kick. Hines, a lovely high floating drop punt. Oh, beautiful mark for this youngster that's been placed on the half-forward line, I think, this particular quarter. Been in the thick of things already in this third term, and a nice mark has been taken by Dave Milsom. Milsom, 30 metres from goal, on a very slight angle, an opportunity to record his first goal for the afternoon, and North's 12th. The ball floats through the air. He's allowed sufficiently for the breeze. Great kick for goal for the youngster Dave Milson. He's popped his first through. North Geelong's 12th, and you'll see now that the Bayview Hotel scoreboard shows.
Other side of the railway line.
That's right. That's exactly right. You're right. Sorry, Pete, but Publican Peter Johnson pours a lovely beer down at the old Bayview, and I'm sure there'll be many more had there tonight, as we see now that the scoreboard shows that North Geelong at 12-7, 79. Eastern Suburbs 5-5, 35 as the whistle sounds. And, he doesn't look too good either, no?
Well, he's down. There's a spot of bother here for...
Dale Travascus, is it?
For Travascus, yes. But he's up and he's coming good very quickly, I'm sure, because he's about to get a free kick. But no, he's just suffering...
I think he didn't. I don't think he had a cricket box on at the time.
Cop one of the old Niagaras.
I just wonder whether the Niagaras didn't quite fall. There's the kick from Tony Schwennerson up onto the half-forward flank. A chance for North Geelong to go into attack again, but the scrimmage develops. The Eastern Suburbs players have captured the ball and gone to ground with it. Hines gets up, but the umpire will move in. A bounce to take place. North Geelong's half-forward flank, as the wind appears to have died, and maybe that's a good omen that the rain may stay away. But here's Eastern Suburbs breaking into attack, looking up the forward line for Kados, and Kados hasn't let them down. He's taken the mark. He looked for Captain Kate Sponner. Sponner didn't go all too hard at that one, as tunnel ball out from.
Okay, you can get away with it, isn't it?
Oh, he's called play on. He let the play go on, and Eastern Suburbs shoot the ball up towards.
Oh, well done.
Now that's a good grab.
Good mark.
And we must give credit to Steve Keane.
Yeah, the youngster.
Due, because he held his position, was being tackled all over, or being jumped all over by Keys, but he held his position well, dragged the ball in with one hand, and a chance to add a very much needed goal to the Eagles' score. He's coming in from the defensive pocket, and his left foot kick is holding up in the breeze, but looks okay from here, and full points it is. So a goal to Steve Keane, that's his second, and Eastern Suburbs sixth. And on the Bayview Hotel scoreboard, they're now 6 goals, 5-41, trailing the Magpies 12-7-79, and we've gone about 20, just over 20 minutes into this third quarter. But North Geelong still seem to have the game in hand. They will come home with the aid of what breeze there is, although, as I just mentioned, it appears to have dropped a little, but they seem to be doing it reasonably comfortably at the moment. The challenge came from Eastern Suburbs in the first few minutes of this quarter, but North have been able to reply with a goal, although Eastern Suburbs have just scored another. They still have a big margin of 38 points to make up. As from a scrimmage out on the wing, we see Hardman win a free kick. Oh, beautiful mark up there by Alford. Alford between wing and half forward flank, and a 50-metre penalty being imposed there against Terry McCormick for I don't know what, but the infringement didn't appear all that serious.
No, it wasn't severe at all in actual fact, but nevertheless the umpire has paid the penalty, and it's now going to allow the big fella, the centre half forward for the North Geelong side in Neil Alford, an opportunity to, let's have a look, record his first goal for this afternoon, kicking from about 30 metres from goal. And Alfie, as he's known to his fans, comes in now. The drop punt, it looks pretty good. He's kept the ball low. Great intelligent kick from the big centre half forward. He splits the centre, records his first of the afternoon, and North Geelong's 13th, as we see now that the Ray, I keep saying it, the Bayview Hotel scoreboard, 13-7, 85 North Geelong, a handy 44-point lead over the Eastern Suburbs side, who are 6-5, 41.
Well, North Geelong have gone through the season undefeated to this point, and full credit must go to their coach Dennis Hines and his hard-working team, because they're certainly starting to show it now. Here's Hines again. He grabs the ball from the centre there. As I was about to say, they're starting to show why they've been on top and undefeated all year. They've used teamwork, and their standard of play at this point, or up to this point in the game, has been pretty good for a grand final, where normally the standard is down a bit. Here's Dragovic, being a great player. Gets the ball out onto the wing. A great tussle there, a one-out duel. Oh, well played, Bellwood. He gets the ball back towards Dragovic with a hand pass. Dragovic's looking for the lead up forward. Here it comes.
Beautiful football.
And War's marked. He's played on. There's no one in the goal square. He's kicked. Allowed for the breeze. He wants the leg break. Won't happen. 1 point.
An opportunity going begging.
Another one into the open goal square. Every chance there for War to bring up his third goal, but not to be. However, another point will move the Magpies on to 13 goals, 8 behinds, 86 points, well ahead of Eastern Suburbs, who are, well, after some little comeback, kicked 3 goals in this term. They're 6 goals, 5-41, but looking defeat in the face.
That's for sure, and Mario Sponner's let the leather of his bootlace fly there, and young Bellwood will take the free kick. Greg Bellwood now kicks the ball long. It's a lovely looking kick too, looking for War, but flying high, and a lovely mark has been taken by the old veteran from Eastern Suburbs in Roger Cantwell.
Why would he wear that tape on his wrists?
He might be after some votes. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
he's always been a bit of a lair, known to be. He likes a bit of the old boxing ring as well, I believe.
Right. Well, he's shown that.
Okay. Alfie kicks the ball back to the half-forward line. Some strong work being shown there by... Oh, there's been some player deck behind play. The booker's coming out too by umpire Gary Kerr. And I think you'll find that the man we've just been talking about, Roger Cantwell, has been booked for striking, and it appears to be Steve. No, it's not.
I don't think he had his boxing gloves on then, did he?
He's gone back to the John L. Sullivan stuff. It was a bare-fisted go, but he's certainly being booked. And the player who will come out of it with the free kick when he takes the towel away from his face.
Little Marshy.
It is too.
Yeah, well, he's been a great player, and he's put up an enormous performance in this grand final.
Too right.
I don't think they'll take the videotape to the tribunal on that one, would they?
I think it's pretty well cut and dried, Noel Fanning.
However, it's a grand final, and you've only got one chance in a grand final. You don't get too many opportunities, and you will do anything, I guess, that you think will help your team win the grand final. But there's Marsh having a shot at goal. The wind's got hold of this. Oh, behind was War up high. Couldn't drag the mark in. Not going to be paid. The ball's been rushed over the line, and another single comes up to move the Magpies onto 13-9, leading Eastern Suburbs 6-5.
Waiting on, Noel. Brad Millian now bringing the ball back into play, and it's a nice looking kick to the members' side of the ground. Warren Marnie picks the ball up, kicks long to centre half forward. Over the top, and actually being held on that occasion. No, he's paid it the other way, the umpire, and has given the free kick to Stewie Hardiman. Hardiman now looks for his teammate up the ground, who doesn't let him down. Has had many possessions this afternoon in Greg Bellwood. Bellwood now. Spiral torpedo punt to half forward. Oh! That's got to be one of the marks of the day, if you don't mind. A lovely mark to Alan Marsh. He'd be 55 metres from goal. Will definitely pass the ball, I would suggest. Yes, he has too. He must have heard me call that one, because Milson couldn't take the football, though, unfortunately for him. And another pack of players converge and a bounce down about 40 metres from goal.
I don't think Wilson wanted it.
Nevertheless, the bounce down over the top, the big fella Stokes coming through strongly. Dragovic picks the ball up one-handed, beautiful football, drags the ball back looking for War. It's punched away from him. Cop one a bit high on that occasion was Brendan Pitt from the Eastern Suburbs side. And
he didn't have his cricket box in either.
At the fullback position. Pitt now, not sure what to do with it, sells the dummy sweetly and redirects play to the members' side of the ground, looking for Cantwell. He's underneath the football and takes a fine grab. Roger Cantwell in that last little episode has had his number taken, kicks the ball long.
Oh, lovely.
But, Widow played a fair game too.
Strong marking as he kicks back to the half-forward flank. Oh, gee, the skills are really showing out. Here is Cantwell again, has taken a good mark for Eastern Suburbs. It's kick to kick on the half-forward flank, although just on this occasion, the boundary umpire is going to say it was not out of bounds on the full, just as I was going to say that.
I agree with you, Noel. It was out on the full.
Looked out on the full to us. However, it's not. It's thrown back in. Or Travascus takes the ball, shoots a hand pass out towards Marsh, but the hand pass ill-directed and kicked towards the half-forward flank. As Rundle cops one for Eastern Suburbs. And he'll get the free kick, and deservedly so, I feel, on that occasion. Kicks into centre half-forward. No one's there for Eastern Suburbs, all North Geelong. As we see, it's Simpson who gathers the ball in after receiving a hand pass, kicks it out towards Travascus and Marsh. But they're outnumbered, or not outnumbered so much as the ball being gathered in by Eastern Suburbs, putting them under pressure. But with the good use of handball, Swennerson will eventually take the ball. No, he won't. He's been outplayed. In fact, a good effort there from Eastern Suburbs, but the numbers are still there for North Geelong. They've seemed to have numbers all over the ground as they force the ball up into attack again. And here's another grab. You've got to pay it up. He's not going to pay it.
In the back.
He's got to pay a free kick now. Maybe that's the square off.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, Noel.
Dragovic will come out of it with the free kick. The young player, Tim Swennerson, I think it was, who got up very high and could, or Milsom, I should say, got up and could have been awarded the mark. However, Dragovic will take the free kick. He's inside 50, or will be when he kicks. No, he won't. He'll kick from behind the 50 towards the lead, but Cantwell's in front of young Craig Cook. And Craig Cook, who was a great player in the first half, has perhaps lowered his colours a little to Cantwell since half-time.
Yes, been a bit
but
quiet.
here's Bellwood about to put them back into attack. North Geelong, that is. And gets the ball across to Tony Swennerson. Tony Swennerson sees another lead. All of the North players, they're very loose.
Marsh.
very loose Eastern Suburbs at the moment, as North picking out players at will.
No.
This
No,
time
it's
it's
Malcolm Key.
And Key kicks up towards the big full forward in the square was War, but this time it's Meehan who has got into better position and taken a strong mark for the Eagles.
Kicks to the centre of the ground, looking for his teammate there in, that was Greenwood. He couldn't take the football. He's got good support though from McCormick. Goes short and finds Sponner. Sponner plays on,
Caught.
break around Simpson. What a great tackle load from the youngster Steve Simpson, as the crowd are elated here this afternoon, and the youngster takes the free kick. Brings the ball out to the member side wing, but a great leap and mark has been paid, and that's going to Roger Cantwell, the Eastern Suburbs fiery half-back flanker. Cantwell kicks the ball up looking for the big fella Van Bar. Oh, fine mark to the big fella, who's now playing on the forward line, having started at centre half back the first half of this game. And Bertie Van Bar takes the free kick. Oh, mark, I should say. Lovely torpedo. Over the top was Marnie. He couldn't pull in the ball. And that could have been the leap of the year, that one, he marked it.
Geez, that was high as that.
It wasn't Marnie.
National, I reckon,
Actually, that was Peter Krosdanovsky.
Oh, well, he can jump.
Bad luck, Peter. As we see now, as the siren sounds to terminate the third quarter here at the Western Oval this afternoon in the 1988 Geelong and District Football League Division 2 Grand Final, as we see the three-quarter time score shows that North Geelong are 13 goals 9, adding 2 goals 5 that particular quarter, 87 points. 46-point leaders over the Eastern Suburbs side, who are 6-5-41, and Noel Thom. Quite a good quarter of football for Eastern Suburbs. Started off very well that quarter.
They started well. They kicked the first goal of the quarter within about 30 seconds of the siren, and added 3 goals for the quarter. But North came back and played premiership football. They got to the stage now where they can just go on with the game the way that they played the second half of that quarter, and the championship is theirs. But full marks to Eastern Suburbs for coming back and throwing everything at North Geelong in that quarter. There a little bit of spite. One particular incident saw Roger Cantwell reported, but I believe that the game is now in North Geelong's keeping, and they lead 13-9 to 6-5. Shouldn't lose the game from here. The goal kickers?
Yeah, sure not.
To this point, for North Geelong, 3 to Hines, 2 to Dragovic, also Tim Schwenderson, Peter War and Craig Cook, and 1 each to Alford and Milsom, whilst for Eastern Suburbs, 2 to Keane, 2 to Peters and 1 to Grods.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. Okay, that's summing up the three-quarter time resume of goal kickers. Best players to date for the North Geelong side. They've got many. I still go for this youngster. I think that Steve Simpson, also this Greg Bellwood, has had many possessions today. Very impressed with his performance. Also the captain coach. Eastern Suburbs, okay, they've had a few people struggling, but then again, Steve Keane, who's come from the interchange bench, kicked 2 goals that quarter, quite a damaging across the half-forward line. Also, the ruckman, who's tirelessly worked all day, Terry McCormick, hasn't stopped.
I think Roger Cantwell probably deserves a mention for that
Sure.
quarter's effort, although he's reported he got on top of Craig Cook, who played very well, and I'm sure Cook will come back in this last term.
I definitely agree with you there, Noel.